Hello, Sam from Tool Hut. Just wanted to give you a brief, resolution to why all the Autologic videos stopped. It's pretty simple. I sent it back. And you may ask, why did I send it back? And I could tell you, I'll probably purchase another one. I just think the tool was immature. It wasn't ready to be delivered. It was just too many things I couldn't get it to do. There's several things about it I don't like, and I'll make sure that, I'm sure not all of them. It's not going to be the perfect tool. There's no such thing in my opinion. But I'm going to try to make sure some of them are resolved before I purchase another one. I haven't decided what I'm going with yet. I'm probably going to buy an Autoline Syntec iScan 3, but I have not made that decision yet. So we're going to kind of see where this goes. So I tried to make a list of the things I liked about the Autologic. I'll fold it in half for you. You see how long my list is, right? I tried. The tech support is hands down the best reason to own the tool. Hands down. No questions asked. The tool seems to be capable of doing some things. The problem is it's got so many holes. It seems like every time I turned around, I couldn't get a job done with it. And I can see the tool improving. There is updates that are being done almost daily, a couple of times a week at least, where I can see the tool is improving. And that's why I say that I may cross this bridge again in 6 months or a year. But right now, I just don't think it was ready. I could give you a list of things it wouldn't do, but I don't think that's fair because they may have some of those problems fixed before this video releases. So I don't want to get into vehicle things that it wouldn't do. I'll just tell you I had a really hard time fixing a car with it. I guess that's as blunt as I can be about it. So let me go through a couple of things that I just plain and simple don't like about it. Not vehicle coverage, because I already told you we're not going down that road. The tool, it's built on a Windows tablet. What a great device that you can't utilize. You can't put stuff on it you want. You can't put software on it you want. You can't do anything to it. It's locked right down. In my opinion, I'm paying for the tool. Let me put some stuff on it. What I'd really like to have put on it was my Pico software. It's got a USB port. I just felt that was a natural tool to be able to put on there. And not just my Pico, whatever scope you got. A PC-based scope, as long as it had the capabilities of running that scope, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to put it on there. It is a diagnostics tool after all. So it'd be absolutely great if you could use that as a diagnostics tool, but what they've done is they've dumbed it down to a point that it's like an entry-level scan tool for a parts store, and that's just my opinion, just the way I see it. The battery in it is just garbage. You can get a couple of minutes maybe out of the battery before it needs to be plugged in. Now, most of the time it's plugged into a car, so it's not a huge deal. The other thing is, it has a Drew Technologies Cardec Plus 3 built into the tool. You're not allowed to use it. It's right there. It's in there. You can't use it. And to me, this is the biggest slap in the face of the whole thing. Because they tell you when you buy the tool that it has this Cardec Plus 3 built into it. And then you get it and realize that only they can access it, and they use it and charge you for it. So you bought a tool, you bought the interface, but you're not allowed to use it. Only they are when they charge you. The inability to arrange files. So you save files, you save these quick tests as you're doing stuff on the Autologic. It organizes them in a big folder. you can't do anything with it. You can't put them into folders. You can't do screenshots. Now you can email them to yourself and do them somewhere else. But we got this great tablet sitting here. Let's utilize it. You're doing more work trying to use the tool than what I feel is necessary. We went into the bugs and the holes. The good thing is when you call tech support, when they call you back. Now, I'm a mobile guy, and I schedule things tight. So, a lot of times you have to go to a shop, do a quick test, send them the file, so they understand what's going on. They send you a patch. Sometimes the patch works, sometimes it doesn't. They didn't seem to be real responsive when the patch didn't work. I'll give you an example. I had a vehicle that I could not communicate with the ABS module. I could communicate with the ABS module on any other scan tool except the Autologic. Well, I was there to program the ABS module, and I wanted to use the Autologic to do it. They sent me a patch so I could communicate with it. The patch didn't work. I ended up using another tool to program the ABS module, and it was expensive, cost me a lot of money to do it the other way, and I wasn't real happy, and I didn't budget the job for that. So it is what it is. One of my other things, like I just said, every time you do something, it requires a quick scan be sent off to tech support. And being a mobile guy, sometimes this can turn into 3 or 4 trips time you get something done. They are responsive, and if you're in a shop that's got time to move between cars, it's not horrible. They are pretty responsive, but for me, I can't wait a couple of hours for a response. I got to move on to the next car. And a lot of times they're wanting me to check stuff. They're wanting to get on the scan tool when they call me, and I have to explain to them that I'm a mobile guy, I've moved on, or that the tool is logged into the internet and it's plugged into the car. I just need to call the customer and have them turn the key on. Now, sometimes customers are responsive to this, sometimes they're not. So just understand that you have to know your clientele if you're going to do that. And I didn't like the idea of leaving an expensive tool behind that may or may not get the job done. And one of my biggest pet peeves of the whole thing is you can't see the voltage of the vehicle anywhere in the tool. Nowhere. This was one of the things with the blue box, the blue Autologic, that they fixed towards the end of its life. I was really impressed when they fixed it. And they did not migrate it into this Drive Pro. So they're marketing the Drive Pro as a blue box with a Drew Technologies CarDeck Plus 3 inside it in a Windows 10 tablet. None of which is true. So, I mean, it obviously does have the CarDeck Plus 3 built into it, but you can't use it. You're not allowed. And like I say, my biggest pet peeve is that I did not have the ability to put my scope in it, and that a lot of stuff it didn't work for what I was trying to do. And why do I say that I may end up with one in 6 months or a year? If they get it to the capability of the blue box, what the blue box was originally, I will probably buy another one. Just simply because I do a fair amount of Euro work. I am using the OE scan tool for the Euro work I do today. I'm using the Autel for some of it, but for the most part, I'm getting the OE tool. So I've got a JLR tool, I got a BMW tool. I do not have a genuine Mercedes tool. I think anybody that works on Mercedes has a clone Mercedes tool, and I also have a clone Mercedes tool, which I just, by the way, upgraded to the latest version and haven't had a chance to use it yet. So I bought the tool originally for usage of doing sprinters. I get a lot of calls for sprinters, and I felt it was a area that I could go into and make some extra revenue, learn the systems, and it's a kind of a specialized, kind of a unique vehicle. So instead of trying to learn a whole vehicle line, I felt that I could focus on the sprinters. The problem is that the Autologic is not real good on the sprinters. Certain years it's great, but other years it's just whatever. And anything I can do with it, I can do with the clone, with the exception of some SCN coding. So is what it is. I know it's kind of my long rant here. What are we at? We're about 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes here. And I just wanted to go over the truth about why I sent it back. And the fact that I'm not mad about it. It is what it is. It was just a premature release to the market, I believe. If you want to see some more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell if you want to be notified as they're coming out. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Questions, comments, criticisms, concerns, whatever you got. Put it down there. Down there. Have a great day.